Well, we're back.
Yes, sir.
T.
What's up?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for being here, homie.
Thank you for having
Episode
me.
6. You already know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What were we talking about outside before we walked in here? Cancel culture?
Cancel culture.
Bro.
I just saw on ESPN the Redskins are about to change their name.
I'm so happy you brought that up. I wanted to talk about that and I almost fucked up and forgot.
Yeah.
What is your take on it?
People have been upset about that name for years. And it wasn't
Decades.
until, yeah, we'll say that. And it wasn't until the events of last month, no, I'm sorry, now 2 months ago, that it actually, they were rethinking it now. So, so they said the change is going to likely happen, the whole name, which means they got to redesign their logo as well.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, the Redskins lost the rights to their name. Like right now, I cannot make and sell New York Giants jerseys, but I am allowed to sell Redskins jerseys. Like I am allowed to put.
When did they lose their rights?
Oh, Supreme Court even ruled that they lost their right because of the fact that it was derogatory, that they didn't have to change it, but you can now use their font and their logo and shit like that.
So that's probably why they're changing their name as well, too, then.
Because,
They lost their rights.
but it was a while ago.
Well, I mean, if the NFL season starts this season, they're still going to have it. They're not going to change the name mid-season. It's probably going to happen as of next year.
I'm looking up right now. I just checked. Did Redskins lose rights to the name? And it says on June 8th, I'm telling you, I've been on this. June 18th, 2014, the trademark.
6 years ago?
Yes, sir. The Trademark Trial and Appeal Board of the United States Patent and Trademark Office voted to cancel the Redskins federal trademark registrations, considering them disparaging to Native Americans. The cancellation was affirmed in 2015 by judges in a first appeal by the Redskins. That's what I'm saying. So now, if anybody wanted to make anything Redskins, I could make Redskins fitteds and I cannot get sued for it.
Right.
Because they lost their trademark. But now, I forgot what it was. Somebody flipped the Redskins and instead of the Indian, they put a white person on there and it said Cracker Skins or something crazy where it was like how you like it. It was like like a jab. Like, oh,
Right.
that wasn't a problem. So this should be a problem. And now you're mad at this one because it's you that I'm talking shit about. But now, since you're not native and you're not indigenous, you don't have a problem with Redskins. And then I seen on social media some people be like, and I don't know if they're upset about it when I see them post it because that's their team. And I'm not going to debate them on social media. You can have debates on social
good
media.
Lord. That's just pointless fights.
It's it's pointless. But I want to know where they stand, and it's vague. Their posts are vague, and that's what I'm saying. That's the problem with social media.
I'll say this. I know a few Redskins fans, they would not be upset. They like the team itself, the players, the management. They don't care about the name. That's just their team. So when I heard that the whole concept of the problem with the name, they kind of agree with it. But still, that's still going to be their team.
Yeah.
Because it's still going to be Washington no matter what. It's going to be Washington something else. So,
But you know what? My mind is going to where I see the post, right? And I'm not talking shit because this is what I'm saying. I don't know how they meant it. But I seen a post that was like, here we go, knew this was coming. Now, do you mean that as in like uncalled for, leave it the Redskins? Or did you say, here we go, should have seen this coming, as in like, yeah, it was wrong, let's change it. I don't know how they meant it. And it was so vague
Right.
that I'm like, wait, you're black.
I'm gonna go with the former. With when they say they're online and it's so vague, because everybody's changing everything right now. So they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, here we go, saw this coming," but it's been in the works for years.
As you can tell.
Yeah.
And mind you, the
Like I
case
said,
was
I didn't
won
know
in
that.
2014.
I didn't know about the whole trademark laws, but I know it's been in the works for years. How everybody wanted the Redskins to change it. South Park did an episode on it, for Christ's sake.
Bro, and you know where this is going to go? This is going to go to baseball.
It actually, yeah, it already has gone to get baseball. Cleveland Indians about changing their names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? 99, for the people that don't know, 99.5. I'll say it again because it's that crucial. 99.5 FM, which is in the middle of the FM broadcast band, where you go a couple of notches back, you're at ESPN Radio.
98.7.
I know terrestrial radio is old already because we got streaming services, but radio is still radio. This station, 99.5 FM, has been around, WBAI, for 60-something years with no commercials.
This is weird.
No advertisements. It is a listener-sponsored radio station in the middle of the FM dial, and it is 100% political, healthy eating. Does it lean left? Yes, it does. Is it all left? Is it Donald Trump this? Is it slightly? Yes. But you have Gary Knowles, which is a doctor from 12 to 1, most likely, that talks about healthy eating. And it has survived for 60 years off of listeners donating money. They have fund drives where it's a summer, spring, winter, fall fund drive. Where you know how a nonprofit is, you can't say, I'm selling this hard drive of Malcolm X speeches on a USB drive. You can't say I'm selling it if you're a nonprofit. You
Right.
got to say for a $100 donation, you get this gift.
Right.
It's a loophole. You got gun show loopholes, everything in this. This is America, capitalism. There's loopholes to everything,
Obviously.
right? My bad if I'm rambling. I just got to get this
I'm
out,
trying
right?
I'm trying to figure where you're going with this.
Yeah. So now,
You're just taking a long way around.
I'm taking a long way around because I need people are listening to this, and me and you might know, and I can just break it down to you real quick, and you'll understand it.
Right.
But people are listening to this that kind of be like, "What are you? How does it work?"
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to explain. Listener sponsored radio, no commercials. Is it left leaning? Yes, but on this radio station, they have a show. I forgot the name. There's so many shows. There's so many shows that go in and out. Democracy Now! Is on there. Democracy Now! Is on TV, bro.
I've heard of it. I
But
never
Amy,
saw
I
it.
think her name is Amy Goodman. Amy Goodman from Democracy Now! But Democracy Now! Is on there from 8 to 9 a.m., right? And then you also got a whole bunch of shows. I'll tell you right now what her name is. Who runs Democracy Now? Amy Goodman. Bro, listen, I'm not the one, son. We can debate all
You can
day.
stop patting yourself on the back right
not.
now.
I'm not, but I'm not. Most times I talk out of school. Not even most times. Most times I don't talk out of school. But I would like to think if I say something, I kind of know what I'm saying. Democracy Now! Is on there.
Okay.
There was a Native American show on there. They have been fighting for that name, bro. And not only that one, I forgot his name that's on his particular show. It's an indigenous show. I forgot the name of it. My
Okay.
bad. They have changed like 15 to 20 high schools. Have high schools, which doesn't get airplay like Redskins does. Like the hoopla around Redskins. No, but we don't know this because we live our little insular lives and we're in here just in our little bubbles. And
So what you're saying is this indigenous talk show went around asking for schools who had Indian sounding names or indigenous
mascots, everything.
names to change the name. So they're working on a local level, basically, what you're saying.
Yeah, but they were working on everything and they were fighting for the Redskins to get changed as well. And
Small steps.
No, but you know what it was? This is what I'm saying. When you're dealing with a high school, you're dealing with one high school, right? Mm-hmm. You got the little board trying to make everything happen.
Right.
When you got the whole indigenous population after you, you can't hang. So the school is like, look, all right.
We'll change.
We barely are giving our kids lunch and pencils, which should be there. We don't have enough time to hire lawyers to fight this, so we're just going to change our name. But when you're the Washington Redskins, you got that type of money.
And you got that
so
kind
you
of
know
bank.
what the Washington Redskins did? They polled indigenous people, Native Americans.
They polled them?
They polled them, like they interviewed them, and they asked them if
Do they care?
do they care. Of course, what did that poll come out and say? No, we don't have a problem with it. This is what he's saying. Who did you poll? How much did you pay them? Listen, there's the house slave, and then there's a field slave. The house slave is still a slave, but since he's in the house, he's looking outside like, I don't want to go out there, even though they're my people. I'm good in here. Why? Because they got AC, they get clothes, they still have to cater, but they're not out there in the sun doing minimal, like regular pick cotton task or dig a trench.
Yeah, that's not
or-
minimal.
It's not, but I'm saying in their head, this is what I'm saying. I'm walking in the shoes of the people that I'm talking about. They're in the house thinking like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
What the hell? I'll serve this guy his breakfast all day. I'm chilling. I'm not out there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you poll, if you were to ask, is slavery bad? In the eyes of the master, the house slave is like, it ain't that bad. Meanwhile, the guy outside is like, yo, this is horrible.
Right.
You poll indigenous people, you give them a little bit of money and make them house indigenous. They're like, which their life throughout this whole time has been their culture, their family, their way of life, their religion, whatever you want to call it, that they believe in, their beliefs, has been raped and pillaged from them, right? So you go up to them and be like, look, fam, I need you to take a poll. Here's however much money for you and your family. I need you to say that the Redskins doesn't bother you. This is America. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself,
Capitalism.
right? So you're telling me they won't do things?
Oh, no. I
this
know
world
they will
is
do
fucked up.
things. But I want to see that poll, honestly. Because they just said they did a poll. They ain't show, like, how they did it. They
But we'll
ain't show,
never
like,
know.
Yeah, we'll never know. Because that probably happened, like, years ago again. So,
Probably in 2014 during that trial. They were probably like, oh, let's poll them. And they said they were fine. Yeah, but who are they?
Right.
What
You
did
don't
you
know who
give
they
them
are.
to say they didn't have problems with it? And once again, are they in the house or they outside?
Right.
Did you ask the people outside how they felt about it?
fighting, like, the oil companies going through their lands, like, all. Did you ask all of them? Not all of them, but, just, you made yourself a well-rounded adjustment of people.
Yeah, they
that you
picked
polled.
who they wanted.
Yeah.
They wanted confirmation
To skew
bias.
it their way, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wanted it to be biased to them to confirm that it isn't a bad thing.
Right.
So this guy has been fighting for it. It's been an issue. It's the only fact is that Redskins have enough money to deal with that type of lawsuit and this and that. And then it's also you start thinking about it. My great granddad made this team. You start thinking like
your great
my
granddad.
legacy.
I'm not going that route.
Let's go that route. But I'm saying, just to finish, like you start thinking, you get a little bit of pride. I could understand, once again, devil's advocate. I could understand while the family, that team gets passed down. I could understand where the family's like, no. Grandfather Willard fought for this, made this team off for him starting a little coffee company, whatever, and he
Right.
bought the Redskins, and however when it started, you're not taking away my family's legacy. You're not changing their name. Da-da-da. I get that, but guess what, family? You're gonna be rich whether they're called the Redskins or they're called the Washington Football Players. Regardless, dog, it doesn't change a dollar.
It does not, honestly.
So take the L, fam. You know what's wrong.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. When I saw that post, I'm like, I don't know if he's like, oh. But if he's like, if whoever, I'm not going to say his name because I don't know how he meant it. I don't know. I'm not saying that this is what he meant.
You just don't know how to take it.
I don't know where he stands on it. And I would like to ask him, but I'm not going to do it on social media.
Where everybody else could chime in.
No, let him chime in.
It'll just drag it off the rails, basically.
It's too much.
That's what most arguments go on
This is why
online.
I started this.
Yeah, but this is what online arguments go to. It just goes off the rails. It goes off the point, and you can't take it back there no matter how much you try. That's why I don't argue online.
You can't.
No.
But I would
you
like
can.
to ask him. You can.
I choose not to.
You can, which this whole cancel culture, this is why we're talking about all this, right? Because you got to watch what you say. But I want to ask him, because this is why I started this, because I would like to sit down with him
Right.
and be like, yo, is it a problem?
Or are you a Redskin fan? Why is it a problem?
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck.
No, because if you're not a fan, then why does it matter to you?
If you're not a fan.
Right.
No, he is a fan.
Oh,
I know he's a fan.
Okay. All right.
So, all right, let's say that. He's a fan. What happens if he says that he's a fan and that's why he doesn't want the name to change? What's your point on that? Well, how you take
Are you a
that?
fan of the name or are you a fan of the players?
He's a fan of the team. He's a Washington Redskins
So
fan.
the name doesn't matter then.
Yeah, but all right, what happens if they wanted to change Dallas Cowboys to Dallas Stars?
Same players.
Players come and go.
Technically,
The
there's
team
a
is
Dallas Stars
forever.
is hockey, but still.
Yeah, but I'm saying
But
players come and go. The team is
True. But I like that.
You're not gonna catch no feelings whatsoever. You're not like, oh, it's the Cowboys. Like that's the point.
No. I like them as a team. I'm not gonna lie. I was a bandwagon when I started off with it. But
Your father was a Cowboys fan.
No, he wasn't.
Well, what's your father?
My father's an Eagles fan now.
He's a flip flopper.
He's not a flip flopper. When I started watching football with him, each year his football team changed. He went with the draft and figured out what team would be good to go with that year.
That's a definition of a bandwagon flip flopper. Shout out to Dad.
No, but it
Yo,
didn't-
Pop Dukes.
Yeah, but
I love you, bro.
Yeah, but he gotta keep pandering to him because he
Oh,
almost
yeah,
got him
he
in
ain't-
trouble.
Yeah, I almost got him in trouble. That's a story for another podcast. You know what? We might get into that. Should we just clear that up now?
You want to?
I don't know. I don't know.
That kind of exposes your youth. I'm just saying.
Listen.
And
Dad,
once
Dad.
you drag my family into
Listen,
it.
Dad. Listen, Dad. I love you, man. That was my fault. It wasn't even my fault. We'll save that story for another day. We
It
can
was your
save
fault,
that.
though. It was your fault.
It was my fault because I was involved with the situation, but it wasn't my
Yeah.
fault that Shorty was wilding. All right? So,
Again, sorry for another time.
we'll
So,
save that. That's the
he-
Patreon. When I start the Patreon, we'll save that story for that.
He changed teams because he looked at the draft and went for that team. I want to call that a bandwagoner. I will call that statistics.
But what's his team?
Now he's an
his
Eagles
team?
fan.
For
And that's
how
because he
long?
moved out to like South Jersey.
All right, let's.
And now apparently everybody
all
goes
right,
to South
I digress.
Jersey and wants to be an Eagles fan for some
All right, I
freaking
digress.
reason. And I'm
All
not
right,
going to lie
let's go
because okay, go ahead.
Let's go back. What were we talking about? All right.
Cancel culture.
Cancel culture.
But we're talking about changing the name.
Is he a fan? But this is my thing. My bad, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did.
I did cut you off.
Yeah.
But, all right, go ahead.
But you asked me if they changed the name. I'm like, I don't care. Because when they won that championship, like I said, I was bandwagoner. I stuck with that team through the team changes. And I still stuck with them. Quarterbacks I didn't like, still stuck with them.
Yeah, but that's you being a fan, though, no?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if they change the name, it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
But it doesn't bother me. It might bother most of everybody. We're talking about Texas, for Christ's sake.
Mm.
And I feel like I'm downplaying Texas. But they're gonna
Texas is a dope state, bro.
It is a dope state, but
can get
they're
your
gonna
guns.
be. They'll be up in arms No pun intended. As you
No
said,
pun intended.
They'll be up in arms if Dallas Cowboys change their name.
You know what? Actually, pun intended, because they probably will show up.
In arms.
You're gonna put a good damn thing back. Good damn Jerry. It's Dallas Cowboys or it's Dallas nothing. Right?
But here's the thing.
I don't know
There's
why.
no problems
do
with
all
stars.
Texans sound like that? I don't know, but that's how I feel like they sound like.
That's not just Texans. You're actually making fun of the whole Southern culture right there.
No, that's Texas. Because if you go to New Orleans, they sound completely different if you're from the South. You go to South Florida,
New Orleans is more
that ain't
like
even
mixed with.
that ain't even America
New
anymore.
Orleans is more mixed with French,
Creole
yeah.
and French, yeah.
Exactly.
But this is what I mean. This is what I'm saying with him. I want to talk to him. This is why I did it. Because I would like to sit down and be like, do you have a problem with it? If he's like, I don't have a problem with the name, meanwhile, he's black, right? Mm-hmm. If he were to say, nah, I don't think the Redskins is bad, my response would be, I don't ever want to see you post anything about Black Lives Matter. I don't want to see you post anything about. I don't know if he does or doesn't. I'm just shooting it out in the air. I'm just shooting it out in the ethos. I don't know anything.
Right.
I'm just role playing scenarios in my head. If he says, or if anyone were to say, of black descent, I don't find an issue with the Redskins name. In my world, they lose all the rights to say police brutality is real, Black Lives Matter, I can't breathe.
Because you just
This
shine
has to stop.
the indigenous nature of the indigenous people.
Because you're fam. What makes you better than them? If you don't want your people getting treated like that, you shouldn't want those people treated like that.
Right.
I don't care that you don't look like them. Those are their issues. That's the problem. That everybody gets in their own little circle, in their own little world, and expects change.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. You need indigenous people to stick up and say Black Lives Matter.
They have, actually.
Black people need to stick up for them.
And again, they have.
Minorities need to stick up for poor white people on a certain level. Because
certain level.
on a certain level, somebody posted a meme, right? That was like, I'll read it. Because we're talking on cancel culture, right? So now I've read it and I was like, I get what you're saying, but this is once again, it's a problem with the internet. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna read this. These aren't my thoughts. Clear that up. This is what the meme said. If I hear one more white person say they aren't privileged because they grew up poor, I'm gonna lose my mind. White privilege isn't about not having money. It's not about growing up poor. It's about being able to walk down the street and not be stared at. It's about walking in a store and not being followed because they think you're going to steal. White privilege is about not being targeted. White privilege has nothing to do with the amount of money you have. It has everything to do with how the color of your skin has never negatively affected your life. That is the meme. White privilege is real. Once again, you're not going to argue on social media, but I had to say something.
Did you say something?
I did. Because I know this person.
Okay.
I know this person very well. And I'm not going to say who it is because I don't know, because I don't like that. That's
I
like
got
doxing almost. I'm not going to dox somebody.
Right.
Even though I know what she meant. It's a her. I know what she meant.
Right.
I know what she meant. And it's a real thing. White privilege is real. But this is the problem. If you heard that statement and I was white and I was poor, I would feel a certain type of way. Like, I would articulate it better. I wouldn't say that. Like, what white people are you listening to that says, oh, It has everything to do with how the color of your skin has never affected your life. White privilege is not about your money status. Is it not?
Believe it or not, sometimes it's not.
It's not. So this is what I wrote. And tell me if this doesn't make... This is what I wrote. I would love to debate this. White privilege is real. Let's all acknowledge it. It's real.
It is.
But there is also a thing called class privilege. A poor white person has to realize that, yes, even the fact that they're poor, they have white privilege.
Right.
What they are trying to say is that they are forgotten as well because they're poor. They just said that they don't have white privilege, right? No, they're just saying, look, I'm poor. They don't give a fuck about me either. But if you just say, I don't have white privilege, it's like, yo, hold on, poor white man. Yeah, you do. Because at the end of the day, you're still white.
Yeah. So that's what you're arguing.
My thing is, they have white privilege because the amount of melanin in their skin, but they don't have class privilege. Minorities do not get the same privilege as them. And even when minorities surpass them in class privilege, at the end of the day, a rich black or brown person is still black and brown, regardless of their class. A poor white person, at the end of the day, is at least still white.
I've heard that before, honestly.
So I'm like, and I wrote that real quick.
Right.
Just to be like, hold on, this is a problem. This is a problem. I understand you posted that meme because you're all, and we need that.
Right.
But you can't alienate. You have to think about it. I understand. The poor white person at the end of the day is still white. You give that man a nice sweater, even if as bummy as he looks. Think about West Virginia, the mountains, opioid crisis, coal mining towns. You think the government cares about them, bro? They're all getting cancer from working in there. They don't give a fuck. They might as well be a different race. Go get this coal and come back, Chad. They don't care about him. But that same guy that nobody gives a fuck about could walk down the street because he's white, doesn't have a problem.
Right.
So they have that privilege of being white. But us as minorities cannot just even look at them, and when they're like, yo, they don't give a fuck about me because I'm poor. We can't just say, I don't give a fuck, you're still white. No. You got to be like, you know what? You're still white, homie. But, damn.
I feel you.
You're just in the same boat.
Yeah.
You just get a little bit of leg up because you're white. But other than that, fam, we're both poor. You just get a pass because you're white on certain things. That's what I mean. We got to be careful. There's a fine line of how righteous you go. You can't go that ham.
You can't. And I'm going to take it off topic real quick.
Am I wrong, though? Let's just...
No.
You get what I'm saying, though, right? All right. Yeah. Am I wrong, though?
No.
You could disagree with me.
I know I can disagree with you. But you literally can't say that and it won't be an issue. Honestly. Like you said, oh, yeah, they don't look at me because, you know, I'm poor. I'm like, yeah, but you still have that leg up. Like you just said.
Yeah, you still got that leg up.
Because, like, we can still, like, I might even make that much more money than you. But if we go to the same job and if let's say my qualities are better, I have more experience than you, they might still choose you instead. Yeah, it's a possibility.
Yeah, that is a truth. But what I'm saying is, I don't like that us as Spanish and black people posted that meme up. Because that meme made me feel like even if you're poor and white, it was like, I don't want to hear it. If you're white and poor, it doesn't matter. You're still white.
Oh, no,
That's what I'm trying to say.
I got you, okay.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
That you're poor and white. You're still white. Your poorness has...
I got you, yeah.
Like, as if you don't have white privilege. Obviously, they have poor white privilege. I mean, they have white privilege. But they don't have class privilege. So that's what I'm saying. A poor white person is not looked at as in a part of society as if they're one of them. The rich white people look at them
Oh yeah.
like,
They're
fuck
walking
you,
right past
Chad.
them,
Like
yeah.
I said, fuck you. Go back in the mountain and go in that cave and get that coal out.
Right.
But the white people look at them like they ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that society, when they're just walking them on the street, they got white privilege. So as a minority, you can't. What they try to say is that they don't love me because I'm poor. When a white person says, I don't have white privilege, they shouldn't say that. A poor white person shouldn't say, I don't have white privilege. What they should say is, I'm poor, and because of that, they don't fuck with me. Because they would have to realize that they have white privilege now. If they think they don't have it, that's an issue. But if a poor white person says, oh, I understand I get a privilege, but they don't give a fuck about me. Don't think I'm one of them.
It's the way you word it, basically.
It's the way you word it,
Gotcha.
but that mean could be that.
Just says
It's like vague. It could have like incited. That's what I mean. Like don't.
Right.
It's hard to. We gotta be careful of what we say, and how it just. You can't just
it might
read
trigger
something.
it might just trigger somebody. And
It triggered me,
obviously,
and I'm
yeah.
off. Look, I'm all for power to the
But
people.
what you
RBG.
did, you didn't argue. You just said you played devil's advocate, basically, and said, "All right, I hear what you're saying,
But
here's what I think, and let me know what you think about that one."
I didn't even ask.
Oh, I know.
I don't care. I don't
know.
care.
I ain't see your post. I don't know what to say.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying, but because you're a nice person
Yeah.
to a certain extent, you're kind of an asshole. But I don't even think you're an asshole, to be honest.
I don't think I'm an asshole, but I don't like.
You know what
being
I think
called
is?
nice.
I think you're just short and you're real and you're just short. You're short.
The hell does short mean?
Short with people. Like you're short. Like you're like, listen.
Oh, I'm right to the point.
Yeah, like come
Okay,
on. This
blunt.
is what it is. Don't go around. You're very short. You're like, what?
Blunt.
This
Yes.
is- what are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm getting up in age. I can't beat around the bush.
We was what, 17. We was
I took you off your game real quick.
yeah. Right? We was
Yeah.
17, 18, 16 maybe in McDonald's. You were short back then. You were blunt back then.
I was blunt
So
back
it's
then,
not
yeah.
up in age anything. This has been your whole life.
No, but I also did, beat around the bush back in the day. But now I'm just
You
like,
know
no,
what?
you say what
Let's
you
see
mean.
if we're gonna get kicked off. Hold on.
Oh crap! What are you doing?
Me, I'm alright. I just had to work hard at it. With your grandma.
All right. You know what I'm saying?
That's
being
random as
mixed.
hell.
Huh?
That's random as hell.
Yeah, no, I'm just how YouTube is.
But
Just want to let people know that.
My own blood and on the ground.
well, usually they will say that if we were monetized. If we were monetized,
No, it doesn't matter. You get 3 strikes
Yeah,
on
well.
on the history of your channel.
fair enough.
So one a couple of strikes, it's like you're done. Channel get cuts off. Next thing you know, I
Redo the
gotta
whole
call
thing.
this something else, and then we out here just bullshitting.
We got canceled.
Cancel culture? That's what I'm saying. Nah. Cancel culture would be if something we said. That's just straight up copyright capitalism. This is America.
We still get canceled though.
Oh,
we
but
didn't say,
it- yeah, but it
we didn't
makes
say what
sense,
kind
though.
of form of cancellation. We just said
No, I am talking about. You're right.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about what you say and what you don't say, and that could lead to cancel culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
Right.
imagine that flipped. That meme of like white privilege. Imagine that flipped on a white point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Right. In the climate that we live in, that could get somebody canceled if you were white in these days. Right now, if you're white and you say something wrong,
Oh yeah, lose your job. It's been going on for very strong for the past few months. Actually,
some of them I'm like, word. My boy was like, yo,
they're not even saying this. They're not saying it online. They're being filmed saying it in a tirade, and someone else posts it, and yeah, job lost. Simple and plain.
some of them I'm like, word. You see the guy that wrote Black Lives Matter on his own property?
Yeah,
And the lady's like, I know who lives here.
yeah. Me.
He's like, oh, really? She's like, I know them personally. Come on, bitch. I don't say that word lightly, but that bitch, shut the fuck up and keep it moving.
Apparently she didn't, and guess what? Lost business.
Lost her business with the whole makeup thing, and then you got her man on the side folding up and let her doing all the talking. Where you at, homie?
Oh, he's not trying to lose his business.
Oh, he lost his shit too. I think
still
he lost
lost
his
it.
job. That shit, word. Mind your business and keep it moving. It wasn't even graffiti. It was legible. It was not for nothing.
It was stencil. It was a
But
stencil.
with chalk,
Oh,
that
he was doing
shit,
it with chalk?
it was chalk at that.
Oh, shit.
But how legible was it?
Yeah.
How do you know he didn't get paid to put that up there? Either way, mind your business.
It's not on your property.
And then the fact that she's like, I know the homeowners, that lets you know that she felt a certain type of
Oh,
way that
absolutely.
wrote Black Lives Matter. It had nothing to do with property.
Nope.
It had to do with the message. And she
Yep.
wanted to keep her little San Francisco neighborhood
Yep.
and prim and proper. And as long as we're winning, fuck the rest.
Yeah.
And so that, I'm down with her losing the job. My homie was like, nah, I think that was wrong.
No. Because I've known people who step over the boundaries when they got that power, and they wind up losing their job no matter what because of something stupid they did. And I'm like, I have no feeling towards it. So if you literally go around town getting upset about someone stenciling their own yard, which you complain about, and yet don't know if they live there or not, it's because you don't like it. That's on you.
Fucking crazy.
So if your job sees that, and they're in most jobs nowadays, I'm gonna say not most. I should say all jobs.
All of
Just
them.
about all jobs are gonna sit there and say, listen, they're doing the whole thing now. We don't discriminate or anything. But if one of our employees are doing that, we gotta let you go because you go against what we stand for. Got canceled.
But that part I'm with.
Oh, no. I'm just saying. It's the fact that she's sitting there saying it's not about the Black Lives Movement. It's about you defacing somebody's property. I'm like, no, it's not. You just mad about the message.
That's what I'm saying. She's mad about
You're
the
saying
message,
that you're
bro.
saying that in video, so you have a problem with the man. Like, what happens if it says, Happy 4th of July? Would you be upset about that? I highly doubt that.
I would love to do a test
So would I
and
actually at this
have.
point.
Fuck.
I just dropped something on you, right?
I be thinking in my head so many times. Because I don't want to do a poll. Because like I said, I could be like, obviously, if I put a poll out, people that listen to me are going to answer the poll and they're going to pick with me. Because obviously they're listening to me. So they already agree with me, most likely. But I would like to do like a blind test, right? That same thing. You put a black guy there in like San Francisco, right? In Black Lives Matter. And then a few days later, you have him putting Happy 4th of July. The same black guy.
Right.
Then you put a white guy there and have him do the same. Have him write Black Lives Matter and then write Happy 4th. Same thing. Like a controlled
they go
experiment. Just a white guy and a black guy, both the same message. And see what the outcome is. One, with the black guy writing one thing and one thing. One with the white guy writing one thing and one thing. And see what the overall aspect of his altercations are and his altercations are, even if they are any with the white guy. Because they,
So you already know there's not going to be really
yeah,
much
but
with the white guy.
I guarantee you, if Karen saw a white guy writing Black Lives Matter on there,
She's going to say something.
I think she'd have went there and been like, "What are you talking about?" Or something. But the fact that it was a Filipino, I think he was Filipino,
It was Filipino, yeah.
that she was like, he's definitely not white, so that's a problem. Black Lives Matter, that's a problem. How can I go about this without sounding crazy? I'm gonna go with the defacing private property angle just to get my.
So
Listen,
again, like I
bitch.
said, that's why I brought it up. Like, what if he just wrote Happy 4th of July? Because, let's be real, it's coming up next month.
Nah,
Well,
it was like-
back then it was coming up.
It was
the
like a
following
month and a half, 2 months.
Oh, then.
But whatever. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's here nor there. I'm just being Captain Literal, man. But here nor there,
that's
you're right.
That's my job. Actually.
That is your job to be literal.
I'm slipping.
Right? You slipping, right? You messed up your own shit, bro.
But no,
But no,
yeah,
you're
so it's
right.
like-
You're right. You're right.
He wants to talk about defacing property. What happens if you wrote something else? Would you be against it? But no, it just have to be that. And you're going to talk about, I know the guy who lives there. Say the name.
Now I want to ask you this.
Yes.
Where do you think there's a chance? Do you think people deserve redemption? If somebody says something crazy one time, do you think it's a wrap for them forever?
People,
comedians, actors, Twitter, whatever.
people deserve redemption. Let's be real. Because, honestly, let's talk about criminals. They have to be redeemed as well, right? They have to have a
Bring that mic a little bit more towards you.
They have to be. They have to, like, you know, after they serve their time, they should be able to, like, live their life as normally as possible. Mm-hmm. So that's because of acts they did. So if people said something, even though it might be hate filled or just derogatory or just wrong in general, if they truly see the fault in what they said, don't care if it's alcohol's involved, it's like in their heart. If they find out, or if it happens within 24 hours, I call BS. Mm-hmm. But if it's gonna take a while for you to actually come to terms with what you did, it doesn't just happen the next day. So if you know what you said was wrong, and you want to prove yourself to say that you're actually true about being like, I was wrong, I want to do this and help out, through your actions, you will find redemption. Just like if people did time, through their actions by serving time and doing what they did, and they come out a whole different person, they found redemption, and they are going, I can't say they redeemed themselves, but they served their time, and if they're trying to do better, they're trying to find redemption, and they should be redeemed.
If they do better.
So, do I believe in the redemption? Yes.
Okay.
But again, it's no 24-hour turnaround like, oh, what I did yesterday was crazy, I'm sorry. No, I don't believe that for a second.
What about when they find out that, like, Jimmy Fallon did blackface 8 years ago?
He's gonna have to find himself he's gonna have to.
He already apologized and all that, but this and that. But, like, it's like, what is the context?
I mean, sure.
Not saying
Justin Trudeau did blackface too. He apologized for that, but he's apologizing for a lot of things lately. But still,
fuck that guy.
You don't like Justin Trudeau? What do you got against Canada?
They're too nice. They're too goddamn nice. Their healthcare is free, which is, I'm all for it. I'm for free.
You mad we don't got it? That's what.
I'm for free healthcare.
I don't know. You just mad we don't have it.
No. I'm still on the debate. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm 1099 with my job. I don't got medical insurance. I don't have medical insurance. I get hurt snowboarding. I fall off my dirt bike.
You pay for everything.
It's a wrap. This is coming out of pocket. But you know what they say? Hustle hard, stack money for bail. I'll play hard and stack money for the hospital.
Who says that?
Me. Motherfuckers that snowboard and ride dirt bikes and no health insurance. That's who the fuck says it. The fuck is wrong with you? You ask monkey questions, you get monkey answers. You've been on a roll today.
You said, you know what they say? I'm like, who said this? I'm like, me.
No, hustle hard, stack money for bail is what I meant. That's a saying.
Is it? Who said that? Yeah, okay.
We're gonna keep going. Yo, for real? Your hip hop level right now? I'm so upset.
You stack money for bail means you're
hustle hard and stack money for bail.
Which means you plan to go to jail.
No, you don't plan. If you're gonna hustle, you might as well be smart about it and stack money for bail. So hustle and stack money for bail. Don't buy the goddamn Lambo. Stack lawyer money.
I get that. But you make plans for going to jail? Is that what you're saying?
Bro, you're in the game of hustling.
I'm being literal.
It's inevitable.
Is it? There's legal hustles?
You know.
See?
I'm done with you. Let's go back.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, we got off track.
You got off track.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I need the information.
You know what the information was. You just try to do what you always do, which is this is why I mess with you. Right? But anyway.
So, yeah, redemption.
Redemption.
Yes.
Now,
what about you?
Listen.
You believe in redemption?
I 100% do.
All right, cool.
Believe in redemption. Cancel culture, though. Does Jimmy Fallon did blackface? He was playing Chris Rock, a comedian doing a comedian, and he put on blackface, right? Did Chris Rock catch feelings? Because that's who he imitated. If Chris Rock got a problem with it, then I got a problem with it.
Fair enough.
But if Chris Rock was like, I get what he was doing.
Because he gets it because he's a fellow comedian.
everything is in context.
Exactly.
I could say the wrong thing. For example, I did an episode with my homie Kelsey Arcaleo. Shout out to him. Right? There, we were talking about skateboarding. And I was like, yo, Lacey Baker's killing it. He was like, yo, relax. Her name's Leo. Or his name is Leo. I was like, what? She transitioned from female to male? She was always tomboyish in skating. Wasn't all girly. She had a fitted on, baggy shirt, jeans, kicks, and killing it. Short hair, buzz cut. You know,
Right.
This is a tomboyish kind of girl. Her name was Lacey Baker. I didn't know
You
that
didn't know at the time.
when we had this conversation
Right.
that Lacey Baker transitioned and is now
Leo.
him, Leo Baker, he.
Right.
I didn't know.
Right. If you didn't know,
But-
you can't put it against you.
Somebody could take that episode, cut that out, put it out there, and be like, he's misgendering or whatever it's freaking called
Yes,
nowadays.
misgendering, yes.
And it's like, yo, fam,
You don't have to defend yourself. For people who ever saw the episode and they saw that they were defaming you,
This is
they
what
will
I'm-
come back to your. They'll come to your.
you're
defense.
being too logical. That's the problem. You're being too smart. I'm with you.
Right.
I'm on your side.
You have nothing to worry about that.
No, but I'm on your side. I don't
Fair
have nothing to
enough.
worry about because I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Come at me. I didn't know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know.
Right.
But how quick could it have gone?
Oh, it can.
Or it still could go
The internet is a dangerous place.
where they could be like, he misgendered Lacey and called he, her, when her is now he. This is a lot to keep up with, fam. I got a life.
Right.
But now that I know,
Right.
if it's Leo Baker, he killed it last week at the SLS challenge. What does it matter to me? It's Leo Baker now.
Yeah.
Cool. Word. But cancel culture could have got me on that.
Could have.
I'm a nobody though. So who am I? It doesn't affect
You'd
me.
be like 15 years down the line if you become someone like more well known. They're like, oh yeah, well he.
But if
listened to
Joe
somebody.
Rogan said that,
oh, it's a wrap.
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap because you got millions and millions and millions of people listening to him. Nobody's listening to this. Some people are. I'm not.
But again, though, think about it though. Famous or not, no matter what, people are getting caught if they're out of pocket. So if you're being put online, and let's be real, most jobs are being looking at your stuff online. If
Yup.
they catch you, it's a wrap. If it doesn't go along with their guidelines of if they go along with their guidelines of work. So you have to maintain a certain amount of decency. I mean, you can go out there, you can have yourself you can go out there and have yourself a drink. Even if you act a fool, as long as you don't act a fool and just start like being racist or defamatory of anything. As long as that doesn't happen, you might be cool. Once you go on a tirade about something, and about something that might not look good to the public, it's a wrap.
So that's what I mean. But what happens if you go on a drunk tirade? Is that how that person really feels?
Yes.
Oh, you one of those?
Yeah. You know what they say, drunk mind speaks the truth?
Yeah. I'm still up in the air.
Why do you think I try to be the most logical when I as much as I can be?
I'm still up in the air with that. That drunk mind speak the truth. Drunk minds speak the truth, sure, but drunk minds could just be drunk.
Also true. I'm not gonna lie about
what
that
the
one.
fuck what are we putting on them?
I'm like, yo, dinosaurs were like I just saw 2 dinosaurs yesterday. I'm like, yo, word?
Word. Or like, I saw aliens yesterday. That we're like is bullshit. If a drunk guy is like, yo, I saw aliens, you're like, this motherfucker's drunk. But if a drunk guy says, fuck all Spanish people, we're like, oh, nope, that's what he means.
I get it.
That's what I mean.
get
It's
it.
like wait, we get to pick and choose when drunk minds. If we're gonna live by the drunk people, just that one saying, drunk people tell the truth. That means when a drunk person says he saw dinosaurs, we have to be like, yo, homie saw dinosaurs and dinosaurs are real. We have to.
Again,
We have to.
I see the point.
Because if we don't say that, then when he says all Spanish people are assholes, we got to be like, I don't even know he was drunk.
I was saying, like, yo, people are assholes in the first place, so I can't say all Spanish people are assholes.
Word. See what I'm saying? Like, there's a fine line.
There's a fine line.
Of like, and I hate when people pick and choose of when they got like arguments of certain things, and then they're like, oh, let's do this. Or Redskins name, where they like, oh, here we go. But rest in peace, George Floyd, Black Lives Matter. It's like, what about them? I don't know the situation. I'm just saying.
Right.
Then you got all white people with the privilege. Don't tell me you don't got. But then it's like, yo, have you interviewed, sat down and talked with a poor white person? I understand they got white privilege, but you know they're not treated any better, right? Only in society when they get stopped by cops, they're kind of like, But
right.
Who knows? Are you? Well, have you been in West Virginia? I'm not talking about poor white as in freehold living a little bit less than everybody else. Or you go to Fort Lauderdale and they're living a little bit less than.
Right.
No, I'm talking about, have you been to West Virginia? Their version of Camden? Poor white people have their versions of hoods and ghettos.
Yeah.
Go to a white person's Camden, Patterson, Chicago, Newark. You don't think they have them? Yeah, they do. There's white people every day that walk in white communities.
What did they say? Every town got a ghetto?
Every town got a ghetto. Doesn't matter the race.
Nope.
But it's crazy how the word ghetto gets like a minority connotation to it. You don't hear of a white ghetto. What is a white ghetto? The white what?
Slums?
Even slum sounds third world country, like Slumdog Millionaire. That sounds like Indian, you know what I mean?
Trailer park.
Trailer park.
But they're making tiny houses now, and those are pretty much what trailers are. So
The trailer parks are mansions compared to those tiny houses. So if anything, everybody in the trailer park right now should be like, yo, I was ahead of the game. I would take my trailer park and move it into a community of tiny houses
we're just the same.
and be like, no, homie, I made it. Like, look at your little house. Look at mine. It's like Jeff Bezos moving next to me. And he just bought the block. And I just got my house on the outskirts. That's what the little tiny house is. So if I had a trailer park, homie, I'd be showing off right now with this tiny house movement. What?
Yeah.
I'm like, homie, look, y'all doing this wrong, son. I've been on this since 87. And I got wheels on my shit. I can pick up and leave.
I just moved over here. You see that?
My cousin got a double wide.
Yeah.
There's 3 bedrooms up in here. I got a master bath in my trailer park. You out here got your libraries in your bathroom.
I'm not gonna lie. Like down in Alabama, like one of my aunts actually had a trailer next to the house, and we went to that trailer. It was nice.
But that's their and that's their ghetto. That's what I'm saying. Even white people
Have a ghetto.
have their own ghetto. But like, you can't say that ain't real. Not saying that you. I'm saying
I know.
we gotta.
Yeah.
People have to acknowledge that and be like, they have their issues too. I understand the history of America and the world and indigenous people, Africans, everything. Puerto Rico. I know what I'm talking about. But, excuse me, we can't just categorize everything or be blinded to only do and only fight for your one side. There are people, you can fight for your one side, right?
but be knowledgeable of others.
Yeah. Like, my boy said, I don't know if I brought this up. I don't know if I brought this up to any of the on these episodes, but I will say this. He was like, Black Lives Matter. Only say something when a cop kills a black person. How come they don't talk about black on black crime? You know what I said? That isn't their job. Their job is not to talk about black on black crime.
You're saying that.
I told him their job is not to discuss black on black crime. Their job is to discuss police brutality against blacks. That's it. You want them to talk about crime in Chicago? That is not their job. That is not why they are around. That concept of why don't they say something about that is you just being like, I don't like it.
Again, deflecting.
Deflecting. Because now, and I asked them, if people ran a marathon for heart disease and donations went to heart disease, that same person that said, how come they don't fight black on black crime? Would you go to that marathon for heart disease as a son of a mother who had cancer and be like, you guys are assholes? How come you're not running for cancer? You would not. You'd go to the cancer marathon.
Right.
So why in this situation?
And if you go there and then someone comes out there and says, yo, why aren't you running for heart disease? You get pissed off. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. That makes me question people's logic. And I'm not saying they're bad people, but it makes me question their logic. And it makes me question humanity. Where how can, there's people walking around like that have that point of view. But when you tell them it, they're like, oh, you know what? Shit, you right. I didn't think about that. Community leaders are fighting for black on black crime.
Yep.
Boys and girl clubs.
That's already being done.
It's done. It's getting done. It ain't working for a certain point, but we could go on another episode of why there's crime in the hood. But
you saw the Dave Chappelle episode, right?
846?
Yeah.
Ooh.
When he was talking about when he was talking about how like everybody was hoping that, you know, celebrities would start coming out and start speaking about it, and he kept his mouth quiet. And he was like, you know what? They don't need my ass out there. The streets are talking as is, and they're getting shit done. So if I go out there, you guys would just focus on me and not the movement. So who am I to sit there and, like, you know, interrupt what's actually being done? Hey, y'all young people, y'all doing your thing. Everybody else is joining in, y'all doing your thing. I would just be a distraction. Why would I go out there?
So good.
That was a lot. And he even apologized. Yeah, it's supposed to be a comedy show, but screw it. I don't care.
And he had a couple jokes in there.
He had a couple jokes in there.
I would say like 2 or 3.
But yeah. But
that was
that
the
point he
though.
made. That point he made was just, you don't need celebrities going out there. I mean, you saw the LL Cool J. Like,
I mean, it helped. Oh, his freestyle?
Yeah.
He was like, it looked like he was crying.
It did look like that. But
is he doing that because he cares, or just because his show might be falling off? That's what I mean. I don't trust
it's
anybody.
a cop show, so therefore it might be canceled.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You got a cop show. Him and Ice-T are dropping albums.
Oh man.
Malik Yoba's looking back like, damn, they gotta did my shit in 95.
Wait.
Oh, this is why I fuck with you, bro.
For people who don't know who Malik Yoba is,
New York Undercover. Oh, you know what? I wonder if there's a statute of limitations on New York Undercover soundtrack. I wonder.
You want to hear that intro? You want to hear the intro?
Come on, bro. Watch.
You know, I can't believe it.
Him and Ice-T are stressing. Hold on, ready?
You really gonna do it?
I'm gonna just. Yo,
You wanna know what's funny though?
Go.
It almost sounds like a Queen Latifah beat from back in the 90s.
Fucking does, right?
Yeah.
Go and look up New York Undercover
If you can find episodes on it, just watch
soundtrack.
it.
Or just watch the whole season. Got a Spanish guy, black guy, and a Spanish girl that became the cop in like season 3 detective.
Yep.
She was bad.
Yeah, she was. Still is, actually.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. She's Spanish. She probably still look bad. Anyway, this is what I mean.
You saw Dexter, right?
Shout out to me.
You watched Dexter?
I don't watch that shit.
I'm just saying.
What's Dexter? Is that the one where he cuts people up, or is that Nick Tuck? Dexter, isn't he a cop and also kills people?
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that. I barely had time for Game of Thrones.
I know you. I'm not even.
Wait, before we go on,
Yeah.
before we go off subject, let's stay on cancel culture.
All right, fair enough.
Right? Because the reason we veered off is because right now,
We're talking
Hello Cool J dropped that freestyle
Right, and-
because he probably was gonna get his canceled. Him
But
and
no,
Ice-T.
but you see, you a straight face right now.
I'm just thinking about both of them.
No, because it's real.
Oh my god!
You told me the other day the other week when I came here, like, yo, T, they canceled cops. I'm like, what? That show was still on, first of all?
That's the only time I've seen them arrest white people. Are you gonna take that away from me? Jesus! That's the only time. That's the only time I've seen white people get in trouble. Other than when you watch serial killer documentaries or mass shooters, but that's for another thing. See how I flipped that in there?
Oh, man. But yeah, I'm like, yo, that show's still on? I'm like, what? You're like, yeah, they canceled it. I'm like, all right then. So yeah.
That's what I mean. Cancel culture is so weird. I might get canceled off of this episode. I thought this was light compared to the rest. This is light work.
This is kind of light work.
This is light.
Oh, man.
This is what I mean, bro. I'm gonna start a Patreon because there is some shit. I'd rather just go 100% Patreon and just go off donations. I know it's crazy that you gotta charge people and nobody wants to pay. Everybody's, but we get the freedom. We could. Oh, look at that.
It's off.
Even my phone was like, yo, fam, you're done before you get kicked off. That's what I mean. Like, I get the freedom. We could just play beats. We could do whatever we want. And come on, man. I'm not.
Can you already looked into that?
Oh, trust me.
All right, just
I've
making sure.
been on my shit. There's certain seconds, and then maybe not, and then maybe you could play it. And I'm not getting paid, so who gives a fuck? But there's still a chance that YouTube might be like, yo, you played a video with a
played this
song
clip,
in
you
it,
did this,
so
yeah.
let me do it. And then I got to go back. Mind you, this is a one-man show right now, this podcast. I'm doing the editing, the uploading, the exporting. I do all that.
Right.
And then come to find out that they're like, sorry, now I got to go back and edit out that part and
Yeah.
I got shit to do.
But all right.
Cancel culture.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I say something else?
I'm with
This is probably beyond your scope, but not beyond your scope, but cartoons.
I got one for you.
Which one?
They took the shotgun away.
That's what I was about to say.
Explain it to them.
From
Explain
Elmer
it to them.
Fudd. They took the shotgun away from Elmer Fudd, who is a hunter. Who is a hunter? This is what I don't get. Like, me and my boy Hector, we were talking about this. I woke up one morning, he's like, yo, T, you believe they took Elmer Fudd, like, just took away his gun? I'm like, what? From a cancel culture? He's like, yeah. They said it was too crazy. I'm like, he's a hunter. Not only that, he's going to go out there and, like, shoot with bow and arrows? He's
What
a
is he
hunter.
going to use now?
I haven't seen a new cartoon yet, so I can't even say. But it's easier to draw a gun than animate a bow and arrow. That's for damn sure.
Oh, you came at it from an artistic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can.
that's fucking smart, bro.
But he's literally a hunter. It's what he does. What, you gonna use traps? It's not part of hunting. That's just hoping to like trap somebody.
Elmer for a new weapon.
A lasso? You might as well give that to Yosemite Sam.
Oh, that's right. They gave him a goddamn sickle.
I'm sorry, what now? How is
What
that
the
any
Grim
worse than a
Reaper
gun?
holds, which is even worse.
How is that better than a gun? Like, with the gun, he's gonna miss.
They gave him that's what it's called, right? A sickle, right?
Yeah, it's a scythe.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're gonna give him that, but take away
A
the
hunter. A hunter. That's just logic gone out the window at this point. I believe so.
This is overcorrection, and we got to be careful.
And again, you have a character called
overcorrection.
Yosemite Sam, who's a straight Southerner,
Or what, they're gonna make him sound like what?
but he's
from
a
Venice?
cowboy. He's a literal cowboy.
Don't tell me they're taking away his accent.
No, he's not gonna take over his accent, but he holds guns. He holds 6-shooters.
Yeah, revolvers.
Yeah. So what are they gonna use? Like in the news cartoons, and like not the one I'm seeing now, but the ones in the past, like the ones they kept remaking, they took his guns away. But he's Yosemite Sam. But if they're gonna go back to the old style of cartooning,
they took his guns away.
yeah, but it's because it was like more of a normal life, not just like Elmer Fudd. They didn't use it was more like all the Looney Tunes in the suburbs, basically. That's how the cartoon went. But if you're gonna go back to the old style of cartooning, Elmer Fudd's a hunter, Yosemite Sam's a cowboy. If they run into each other, they're gonna use what they have against them. What's against weapons?
But hunting is still a thing, and it's legal.
Yeah.
And hunters use shotguns, and they kill ducks.
Yeah, but here's the thing: what's against weapons? What's against weapons? It's so no one even thought about that way.
They should have gave him flowers.
What, they get to smell them?
No, they should have given him flowers and have him beat the duck up with roses and see how stupid that looks like. You're gonna give him a scythe?
That's harder to animate.
Yeah, but they don't give a fuck about
Apparently
animation. They just care about being politically correct.
And it's killing me right now. I was like,
Oh
why
my
would you do that?
God.
But yeah. All right, so you're on that too.
No mention is I can't.
And then Hector,
I'm over it. I fucking can't.
and then Hector told me about some like dog from Puppy Patrol. I'm like, what the hell is Puppy Patrol? What the hell is that show? And he's like, oh, he showed me like a link to it. I'm like, I don't even.
I think it's like dogs as cops, no? But it's like a kid's cartoon.
It's a
or
dog.
movie
It's a
or
dog
some shit.
society apparently, where you have a dog as a cop and fireman and all this stuff.
So now they're like, no because
no
no
cop
cop
dogs?
things allowed.
So again, yeah.
Listen, my guest on episode 4, Kelsey.
If they took that dog show away,
Yeah, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. But where do we draw the line, though?
oh man,
Where do we draw the line?
no clue.
There has to be a line. There has to be a line. Look, in closing, cancel culture to me, some things and some people deserve to be canceled. Like that lady that blatantly
Multiple.
lied.
Not just one, multiple.
Multiple ladies. But she lied and was like, I know the person that lives here.
Right.
Obviously, that bitch was just mad at what he was saying. Wasn't about the facing property or anything.
Or the woman who was calling 911 about the African American yelling at her and her dog in Central Park. Yeah, gone.
Fuck that bitch.
Canceled.
Right? But now,
Roseanne, canceled.
bro, she's not all there. She had a severe accident. She got hit by a car when she was young, where the emblem of the car went in her head. That is traumatic brain injury, TBI. Snowboarders have TBI accidents. There's a documentary, I think his name is Kevin Pierce or Paul Pierce, I forgot what his name is. X Games was going to be one of the best snowboarders ever. During a practice run, cracked the side of his head. They didn't know if he's ever going to walk again.
Oof.
Now, another guy that is as in that documentary. So mad I threw my phone. I'm over Googling shit for today. That whole goddamn Elmer Fudd. Listen, right? But anyway, another guy in there caught a brain injury, kept snowboarding. They told him, stop it. You can't suffer one of these injuries again.
Right.
Went again, caught another traumatic brain injury. Now this guy lives in the basement of his mother's house and is ready to kill everybody on the minute's notice.
Oh, good Lord.
Because he's not there. His brain was rattled. He had to learn how to walk in his life twice. He had to learn how to clean his ass twice. He had to learn how to chew and swallow food twice. His brain is... Now he's like, in the interview, you see him, he's like, young guy. But he's not there. Roseanne caught a TBI, went into a mental home, come back. Then you give her whole career. Then she supports Trump and you cancel her. That's crazy. Let people talk. I said that on my solo episode 5. I don't know if you've seen my...
It's not because she supported Trump.
No, not the canceling. But that was the catalyst. Because behind closed doors, on the show of Roseanne, they knew that she was a Trump supporter.
Right.
And the people on the show didn't like it. the directors, the filmers, the rest of the cast.
So they
didn't
found a
like
way
it.
to kick her out.
So they waited for her to be on Ambien, high, TBI, drunk, and the comedian. Now, the fact that she said that she looked like the lady from the Planet of the Apes, was it racist or not?
She's a comedian.
It could be considered racist. Like, she should know better.
Yes.
In
But
a
again,
sober mind, she should know better.
Right.
Two, does she look like
But
it?
here's
though?
the thing. Wait, does she?
I don't know. I kind of feel like I do know, but I'm going to act like that. I don't know. But if,
All right, but
even
here's
if
the
she
thing.
did,
And this is what
if she did, I'd be like, she does.
And here we come into redemption. Can she be redeemed? I believe so. But the show already showed they can move on without her.
Yeah, but let's be honest. You got Roseanne Barr in there, one of the queens of comedy. Everybody could talk all the shit they want about her.
Yeah.
She's one of the best. She is one of the best. And shout out to Andrew Dice Clay for bringing her back on. Tour with him to get her out of her slump. She lives in Hawaii right now.
She does.
Yeah, Roseanne Barr's chilling, bro.
But again-
That was her
But
show.
again, like I said, one slip up can cost you everything.
Word. But was it really that serious?
I didn't think so.
Me neither.
But like I said, but after hearing that backstory, they were hoping to get her out, basically, apparently.
Of the Trump, but also let's hear the backstory of the injury, the ambient, the weed,
That's what I'm saying, the whole
alcohol,
backstory,
and
yeah,
she's a
that.
comedian. Come on.
For saying one
Let her
phrase,
say I'm
yeah.
sorry and keep it moving. She's not out here Jeffrey Epstein in life. He gets a pass. What about Bill Clinton that
I
flew
mean,
with
he
this
gets passed with the
motherfucker to
jail.
Pedophile Island? All these people that flew with a known pedophile get passes, but Roseanne makes one weird comedic statement while on Ambien and drunk and her career in life is over.
You sound passionate about this, right?
Because it's fucking crazy to me. We put more effort into what Roseanne said, that she looks like the Planet of the Apes. But meanwhile, people are touching kids.
True.
And nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, true.
Miss me with that. That's why I get heated.
Gotcha.
Miss me with that. Motherfuckers want to argue about simple shit and then feel like they're making a change. You want to turn up? Turn up.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers is raping children. Y'all got nothing to say. This comedic lady on Ambien injury, drunk and high, says you look like the lady from Planet of the Apes. Oh,
Cancel the
stop
show.
the presses, cancel the show, fuck this bitch, just burn her.
Right.
Come on, man. Come on, man. If that is your problem and kids isn't the problem, I don't trust you as a human being.
But again, I was on the whole point of canceling her, but also she had a point to do redemption. As you just said, Andrew Dice Clay is actually bringing her back out.
No, he did already.
He did it, yeah.
Joe Rogan brought her on the
so yeah.
podcast.
So
who
she's
else?
fine.
She's chilling. I
Yeah.
forgot who else brought her.
But again, one thing
it
can
Theo
like
Von?
just fuck up
Somebody.
your life, and it's up to like what you want to do for redemption. And so far, she's being redeemed in her own way.
She's being redeemed by her own circle of people that understand her.
Right.
But society doesn't. That's why you got to be real careful. Real careful
All right.
of what? Not you, I'm saying.
Obviously not me.
Yeah, people have, it's like weird. It's like weird because I'm all for checking ignorance. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if somebody's wrong, they're wrong. But it's so easy to be righteous and judgmental.
As if you've done no wrong in your life, which, let's be real, everybody has some sin.
Tell them something.
Everybody has some sin. Simple and plain. Nobody's perfect.
And with that being said, we're fucking done, bro.
All right, man.
Word. Thank you for being here, T. Once
Ooh.
again, my brother, my comrade, I appreciate you, bro.
Till next time.
Yes, sir.
Till next
and we
time.
out of here.
Go.
Bang.
All right.